I don't want to drown you in too many frameworks, too much theory. So what I want to do now is just transition to discuss a few examples, look at a few case studies so that you can see how copywriting gets applied in the real world. Now, the example I'm presenting here is a project that I worked on with Bob Bly, who's one of the top, or arguably the top business-to-business copywriter. And this is a postcard, a mail-out that solicits companies in the construction industry. So we're just going to take a look at this to see how it applies, some of the principles, best practices in copywriting. And I censored a few things. So right here is where you would have the address of the recipient printed. And I just censored a couple names. I didn't explicitly get permission, so I just playing it safe here. Now, when you send direct mail, it can be super effective. And the reason is because it's an undersaturated channel right now. Everybody's focusing on Google ads. A lot of people have transitioned to Facebook ads as well. But direct mail is kind of this underutilized channel, especially in B2b. And there are other things, too, that are underutilized. And I see huge opportunities in the audio market, for example. But looking at direct mail, the focus of this campaign is really social proof. So if construction companies are conservative, which often they are, there's hesitancy perhaps to try something new. And we're alleviating that risk by showing that, hey, other people like you are using this. Over 100 construction firms and contractors in Canada have called Yellow Fist for help to improve their website's performance. Our clients can tell you why. So we're going to enhance your website's performance, and as we have done for 100 other construction firms. And our clients can tell you why. So we have a testimonial with a picture of the customer's website. Yellowfist goes the extra mile to make our site is working properly, and we found Yellowfist to be a very knowledgeable professional company, and we wouldn't hesitate to recommend and use their services again. So just a couple testimonials, and then what we're doing is including the name for credibility. So this association, construction companies might be familiar with it, and this is a drywall company with pictures of how nice the website is. And the focus here is on the offer, so a free no obligation estimate on building or revamping your website. And they also have the option of calling the number, and on the other side, they have the option of going to the website too. So the main thing here is basically you have corroborating evidence. So we're showing that multiple people are endorsing this product. We're reducing the risk, and we're focusing on the offer of getting an estimate. Okay, here is an example of the fairly recent LinkedIn campaign that generated signups for $23 each. And both of these ads were in the campaign. And the focus of the text is really around the case study. Okay, I was spending way too much time in the after hours getting my records down. So this is positioning the problem as the front issue. So veterinarians are aware of the problem that they have, which is not having enough time, working late, spending a lot of time on tedious record keeping instead of serving clients and patients. So we're highlighting the problem. And then we're also saying that we're kind of just elaborating on what the problem is. So providing more details there. And then she knew she needed a solution so that she could focus on what matters most. And now we're kind of talking about what it looks like at the end, spending more time rejuvenating yourself, getting away from the office, and then how this product helps you do that. And instead of coming into the clinic an hour early and getting through only 4 charts, now you can get through 12. Okay, so this is the direct quotations from a credible source, which is a veterinarian. And then we have the image here, which is largely text. And I just created this in Canva, easy. You don't even need a designer to work on these types of things. Working late on veterinary paperwork. So asking a question, which is positioning the problem. The answer is to try dictation. Now, the copy here, I intentionally wrote try dictation. I didn't say free trial. And I didn't say try talkative. Because what I'm trying to do is develop consistency. Okay? This is the problem you have. The solution is the offer. The solution is to try dictation. Okay? So it's really about the category. Most veterinarians are not familiar with the category of dictation in their industry. Okay, they know what dictation is. They know doctors use it, MD doctors, but not DVM doctors. So the messaging is a blend of, yes, you're familiar with the category, but did you know that this category applies to your industry? And then also just talking about Talkatoo itself. And this, the most important thing here is that the hero of the story is the offer, which is the try dictation action. The hero is not Talkatoo. We just want people to try it, to do the free trial. In some cases, it's going to be a consultation for you. It's going to be a demo. The demo is the hero of the story. Okay, the solution to your problem is to do the demo. The solution is not buy our product. It's do the demo. It's do the next step so that we can move you further along and educate you to a greater degree. And then in the second ad here, we took a little bit of a different positioning with the messaging. Why are so many veterinarians now dictating notes? So we're reinforcing the idea of social proof. There is this trend happening. Veterinarians are starting to dictate their notes more and more. Why aren't you? Why are you not doing what everybody else in your cohort is doing? And it helps reinforce that idea of credibility. And then we explain why. So dictation is so accurate now that peer-reviewed research shows that it literally cuts your paperwork time in half, even if you're fast at typing. So here what we're doing is objection handling. A lot of people, they don't want to use dictation because they think, oh, I'm a fast typer, I don't need that. Well, right there, I'm addressing it by saying, even if you're a fast typer, you have no idea how much dictation is going to improve performance. I'm also addressing objections in the bottom, which is identical across these ads. No credit card needed. Okay, the first thing people are going to be afraid of when they see a sign up button is, do I have to put in my credit card? And the second question they're going to have is, does this work with my practice management system? So when you're marketing something like software, the first question they're going to want answered when they're actually interested in your product is, does this integrate with the main piece of software that I use every day? For some people, it's going to be HubSpot. For other people, it's practice management system. For other people, it might be MailChimp. Whatever your core software is, if you're trying to sell software, it needs to work with that. And you can see how that may apply when you're selling non-software products as well. So, in the factory, if you're selling a device, they want to know, is it going to attach to the device I already have, the main device that I'm using every day? Or is this compatible with my car? Does this work with Acura? Does this work with Samsung televisions? Does the security system integrate with whatever connections I have with CCTVs? A lot of objections need to be addressed, and you do that by researching and talking to customers. Another example where we're not actually trying to sell something, but we're promoting a new feature to current customers, current users. Upwork, I felt, did an excellent job of this. And the reason is because it's just very focused on the call to action. Now, I mentioned before that having multiple calls to action is a good practice. But if your message is so simple and you know exactly what you want people to do, then go for it. Just focus on that. Repeat the call to action, which they've done. They have it up here and they have it down here. So new, see who viewed your profile. I love it. Okay, so I'm not a huge fan of short, pithy writing because often it just leaves out a lot of details. But in this case, this short subject line is all that's needed. Okay, the use case, see who viewed your profile. I love it because it talks directly to the recipient. Okay, and it just succinctly describes exactly what somebody on Upwork would want to do with this feature. See who viewed your profile. It's not check out our new view your profile feature. It's just get straight to the point of what the person would want to do. They use new with an exclamation point. That's great. So kind of that journalistic writing that grabs people's attention, like writing the word attention with an exclamation mark, new with an exclamation mark, groundbreaking. Those kinds of things work. They sound cheesy, but they work. And it worked for me to click it. Introducing, who viewed my profile? See who viewed. Great. Call to action is showing you what you get from clicking. If you want people to do what you want, you need to tell them why, okay, and what they're going to get out of it. Very simple. Hi, Dekker. We're testing new functionality that we gain insight into who's viewing your profile and how your profile views are trending. We believe this will make it easier, faster for you to reach out to interested clients with more proposals. Okay, and then they showed an image. Now, the other thing that they're doing here, and this isn't so much copywriting as just communication, is simplifying the image. So a lot of people, when they're trying to do screenshots, what they do is they think that they have to have a literal screenshot of the product. Otherwise, you're faking it, you're doing false advertising. No, your goal is communication. And communication often requires that you simplify, you blur out, you do an abstraction of what the literal screenshot is. And that's what they're doing here. They're just showing you roughly what it's like to see the profile views. It's showing you what you get out of clicking this. And it's just simple, straight to the point. Okay, another example I want to show is 2 different emails for a company that I worked for. And we can see A, automate your e-commerce accounting, which is talking directly to the recipient. And then we show all the integrations, or the most important integrations anyways, which is going to be, again, one of the first questions people ask. Does this work with what I'm already using? Yes, it does. And then we're going to sync them all into QuickBooks. And then I show the key use cases and actions that they can take. Now, this is applicable to people that are perhaps at a lower level of awareness. They're not as familiar with the product. They don't know what it does. So we're explaining the key value point. But if we're focused on people that are already product familiar and we just want to get them to buy, we would write something like this. You started a trial and didn't sign up. Okay, so first of all, that's very personalized. You're talking directly to the person and you have observed behavior that you can see in your data. But we want your business. Save 20% if you sign up by November 30th. Okay, so there's a time constraint on this price cut. So I'm calling that out. And I'm showing what the discount is, crossing out $49, showing $39 per month. Sign up now. Simple value prop, one offer, one discount, and focusing on this specific offer, which has been depicted as a coupon. I think the main takeaway here is just personalization. If you can personalize your marketing, not in superficial ways where you're like, hi, John, like, I mean, anybody can do that. It's more like, hey, we know who you are. We know what your position is. We know what your problem is. We know what you've done, and we want to help you. Okay, another example. This isn't exclusively a business-to-business product, but business-to-business, people working in businesses often travel a lot, so it would be relevant to them. And they don't necessarily know when they're going to leave a country. So sometimes what these people will do is they'll use a service like Best Onward Ticket to purchase a ticket out of a country. In order to be able to enter that country, they need to have an exit ticket. So you can buy this for just $12. And the reason I want to point this out is because a lot of people are going to hesitate because they're like, is this legal? Is this legit? Do I really want to give my credit card information to this company? And they're going to address all of that. So the first thing they highlight in the headline, we are the best company on Trustpilot. Book a legit ticket. Okay, so the first thing is legit. This isn't some fake thing. It's not photoshopped. It's an actual ticket for only $12. So they're highlighting the fact only. Now, a lot of copywriters, they leave out these descriptors. They try to make the copywriting as short as possible. Don't do that. You want things like only. And then they're like, oh, well, it must be cheap if they're using the word only, which is great. Our ticket is valid for 48 hours. Okay, so the second objection is how long is this going to last, right? Am I going to be able to have this? And is it going to expire when I get to the airport? Okay, we're given the option to give them add-ons. So I want to add a destination. And I want to receive my ticket later. Okay, no delays, serve 24/7, non-refundable. Okay, honesty is also important in copywriting because otherwise what you're going to get is a high churn rate if you start using deceptive things. And it can be very expensive to serve customers that you've tricked into signing up because then they're going to call support. Support's going to spend 15 minutes with them. So just be upfront, tell them what the conditions are. Okay, so still talking about the same case. We promise to email your ticket within 5 minutes. Okay, so if you're trying to catch a plane, you don't want to order something. You don't want to order this ticket and then only get it a day later because you may be flying out tonight. So they make a promise, delivering it in 5 minutes, and they even highlight this. Okay, and we are working 24/7, so great. Even in a different time zone, I'm traveling, I can get this. I can be very confident I'm going to get it. And you can also extend it for 20 days if you want it to not expire so soon. And you can get access to support. So this is mitigating a lot of the concerns. It's also showing that they accept all the different payment types. So if I'm an international traveler, my only option may be to use PayPal if I don't have a credit card. Okay, and then there's more information on the website homepage, which operates essentially as a landing page. But the most important thing they're calling out here is 100% legal and safe, which is my biggest hesitation with using something like this. And our ticket is for proof of onward travel or visa application. So it's showing you that, hey, this is applicable to the exact use case that you want it for.